welcome back to my channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. You know how much bravery I've had to endure to do this video. Second of all, look, okay, my set looks bland. It's all messed up. So long story short, my camera had a random fault and now she is in Holland being repaired. Unfortunately, I am recording on my phone and I'm really sorry. We're going to get back onto the camera, obviously, as soon as we can. But she's in hospital at the moment, okay? So she's on sick leave. And I was hoovering, doing my speed clean, and totally forgot. My old lights were very bloody long and they draped along the floor. And yeah, they got caught on the hoover and Hoover sucked them all up, dragged them off the wall. So now we've had to trade into these ones and we are trying to do the set. We're going to be doing it within the next couple of weeks. I'm just trying to find really good inspiration. We're so out of angle and this is bugging the hell out of me. I don't even know how to start it. Okay, so I did a voting poll on my community page. Always check out the community page because obviously you guys can vote for what you want next. And you voted for this one. And I've been meaning to talk about it for like the longest time. Now Mental Health Awareness Week has passed. How awkward like dating is going to be. You know, it is going to be awkward. And I think a lot of people are very sexually restrained right now. Frustrated. Why am I even doing this video? Yes, I know some people are going to argue that being celibate, from my situation, it's not really celibate. I can't even say the word right. Call it celibate, whatever you want to call it. Annoy people. I don't want to trigger people. I have been celibate for just over 9 years now. So, yes, I know celibate is a religious thing. I know a lot of people are going to actually say that that's not true. Khloe's got the most dirtiest sense of humour going. Yes, I have not had sex for nearly 10 years. So yeah, I'm just going to call it celibate because it kind of is. And to me, I thought it was more better for my health, my mental health especially. I've met so many people that have suffered with the same sort of thing that I have. So at least let one person know they're not the only one that feels that way. Jeez, my dad's gonna watch this video. My grandparents. When I was 18, that was the time when I lost my virginity to one partner that I had for, well, a number of years. The situation started to happen from there. Not blaming the person at all, by the slightest, not blaming anyone, okay? It's me, it's not them, it's me, okay? I have always had anxiety before sex. Not gonna believe me. I have the most dirty sense of humour. I've done when I first lost my virginity, I started to immediately keep being anxious, keep feeling anxiety that I'm not making my partner happy. That's where it first started to set off my anxiety in this department. So guys, if you don't know, I have suffered with anxiety since I was a young age. Now these days I can like keep it under control and I can maintain it a lot more, 10 times more easier. But back in them days, I didn't even know I suffered with it. So I really started to not enjoy it at all by the slightest. Really bad anxiety. After, it wasn't before, it was always after. And then I would like get really paranoid that he was gonna dump me. So unfortunately, that obviously went to a close and I had a very, very, very bad phase of depression and anxiety and things I just don't want to talk about. Then I ended up with another partner that made me feel so physically that obviously that made it even worse. And then again, I would immediately get that anxiety going, oh my God, I'm not pleasing him enough. It was just a vicious cycle going over and over and over again. It was just literally, I was punishing myself. I was punishing myself. My anxiety can cause me to like beat myself up a lot, you know. I don't want people feeling sorry for me. That does happen. And I've now come to terms with it. And it takes me sometimes a little while to notice that I'm actually doing that. But like I said, these days, it's a lot easier to maintain and a lot easier for me to, you know, suss out when I'm going through these patches and how I can get out of them. It's different. There's so many spectrums of anxiety and depression. And the second partner I had cheated on me, made me feel physically, made me feel sexually, made me feel worthless, made me feel like I wasn't good enough. There you go. That's what happened to 21-year-old Khloe. I lost a large amount of weight. When I lost that amount of weight, I kind of then had that really annoying bolt in my head that goes, you're skinny now. They're going to like you more now. You're going to make them happy now. I'm not dating this dude and immediately I immediately felt that I was not pleasing this person. And if my eyes are going all sorts of places, it's because I keep forgetting where the lens is. It happens for a while when you vlog on your phone after vlogging on the camera, okay? Leave me alone. Again, that anxiety going, oh my God, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I can't. Normal. We didn't do anything because he knew I've had issues before. I've had weirdos. I've had lunatics. I didn't do anything with him. And this is what was so weird. Once he let me go, obviously, I've been single since then. I haven't been near anyone. I haven't been doing anything. So what I basically had to do was, obviously, what I had to learn was for me to stop getting in the habit of going in this vicious cycle, beating myself up and getting anxiety, like sexual anxiety. I had to clean the slate to sort of heal myself. And now I realise it was a good thing I haven't had sex because I had to work through my own issues. Yes, I've read up about it, and sexual anxiety is a lot more common than I thought. And I feel very relieved about that. I'm not the only one that suffers with it. Yes, I have decided to be celibate. I call myself celibate. Spiritual and mental health reasons. And I think I had to do that. So I had to figure out what was causing it. And I think being non-sexual for these number of years and learning how to open up my heart chakra, my throat chakra, crystal healing and self-healing, mental healing, I start going online and I know people no longer virgins but have gone celibate for specific reasons. I know people who have gone celibate for temporary, 6-month period, 4-month period, 3-month period. Even though they have partners, I think my subconscious side of me was making me get into that. So I kind of figured out what I wanted. It's not my fault that things don't work out. It's not my fault that I'm not knowledgeable about certain things. It's not my fault that I sometimes make mistakes. It's not my fault. I'm human and I can't be perfect all the time. Instead of like me enjoying sex, it made me 10 times more anxious that I was punishing myself for so many amount of years. So gained all the weight back on. I started to realise that's what I was doing to a point where I thought I was asexual. So if you guys didn't know, I did go through a very odd asexual phase. I thought I was asexual until I started feeling a lot better about myself, until I started to basically forgive myself and to stop beating myself up. It was just me healing myself. And I think being celibate is a lot more spiritual and healing than just saying to yourself, I hate men, I hate women so much that I don't want to have sex, I don't enjoy it, because you probably most will. Does that mean I'm going to be celibate for the rest of my life? Probably not. But I had to do that for so many years to basically kind of teach my brain all over again to stop forcing myself to be perfect, because then I'm not enjoying anything. I'm not experiencing anything fun. Second dude I dated, he knew I was vulnerable. It come to a point where I used to be really, really nervous. I had to figure that out. And where he was like so short-tempered, he would get frustrated immediately, would just be furious. I used to get more anxious. And obviously he probably didn't know that I suffer with. Doesn't mean you can act like that. Nope. If anyone ever treats you that way, see it as a red flag. Gladly tell them to f off, do a 360-degree turn and strut your heels home. Take the high road, because I didn't do that and that made my issue a lot more worse. I've taken it apart. I've figured myself out and I've grown from it. So that's what I'm quite proud of. But a lot of people do laugh it off thinking I'm lying. I'm not lying, I swear. And a lot of people obviously see me as like someone who has a really dirty sense of humour. Towards the end of my first relationship, that's when I started to feel quite a lot of anxiety. Before, he never knew. So he's not to blame here. Now, mind you, when I was thin, I did not have any sexual contact with anyone. I went through a really horrible stage where I turned into a grumpy old bitch. I was a bitch. I was the most negative bitch that just didn't want to be anywhere near guys, and for good reason. Then I obviously heard about celibacy. Now, it's a lot more common than what I thought. So I read up more on it, and there are people who do celibate phases. So people ask me, will I ever do it again? Yes, I would. Yeah, so obviously my experience is it's more like healing myself, more spiritual growth, more personal growth, and there's nothing wrong with that. My suggestion to you is, if you're feeling that way, don't force yourself to do it and then because you're going to beat yourself up about it. You're not going to enjoy it. Speak to your doctor. You'll be okay. Speak to your friends. We haven't been with anyone for like nearly 2 years, so it's kind of understandable. If there's someone out there that hasn't been dating for God knows how many years and the lockdown made them feel worse and they feel nervous to get back into it again, that's okay. Because we've been through something that's completely not normal. So if you're feeling that way, if you're starting to feel anxious during sex, after sex, beating yourself up about it, you need to kind of get to the root of the problem and nip it in the bud. It could be self-image issues. It could be paranoia that you're not making the other person happy. It could be that you're worried about the consequences, or it could be worried that you might hurt something or someone. When you're going through this, you kind of need to sit there and write on a piece of paper, okay, this is happening. And if you feel like you need to seek medical advice as well, there's nothing wrong with that. If you're feeling fear at all by the slightest, stop. Don't force yourself to do it. Don't go through what I went through. You need to seek help or figure out what's going on in your mind. Write it down and try to develop from there. I've reached out to some people online and they've been really helpful. When I was trying to please someone, it felt like slavery. Be stuck in your own prison in your skull, punishing yourself every single time that you haven't pleased that person. If you're dating someone that kind of finds that funny, tell them to stick it up their ass. And if you are with someone who gets angry with you that you don't want to have sex with them, again, tell them to stick it up their ass. And I know a lot of people are going to come out there and go, this is not real celibacy. I know, I get it. So obviously, before you want to jump into celibacy, obviously, first step, obviously, is to make your research. Is it right for you? Second of all, you could have been doing it all along. Third of all, love yourself. So guys, obviously, the question of the day. What's the most weirdest sexual thing you have done during lockdown? Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed that and I hope it made you guys feel a little bit better and make some people out there in the world kind of understand or get a rough idea that what they're going through is normal and they're okay and they need to love themselves before they love anyone else. If you ever want to see a therapist with that, obviously, don't ever feel embarrassed to. Anyway, guys, so I am off. Obviously, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. I upload on Wednesdays and Sundays. Obviously, guys, I love you guys so much. And thank you so much for the new subscribers that are coming in. Just thank you. I love you guys so much. And I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.